This is the Farm Monitor. For over 50 years, your source for agribusiness news and features from around the Southeast and across the country, focusing on one of the nation's top industries, agriculture. The Farm Monitor is produced by one of the largest general farm organizations, the Georgia Farm Bureau.
Alrighty then, Ray DeLesio, Jennifer Parson, together again. That in itself is special, at least for me anyway. I'm not sure about Jennifer, but what makes it even more special is that we're spending the next half hour with you.
Absolutely, and you picked a great time to check in because we have put together one heck of a show for you. Coming up, did you know Georgia's horticultural industry is more than just plants? It's a powerhouse of innovation and economic impact. We'll explore it all at the Southeast Green Conference and Trade Show. Georgia sweet corn is thriving this season, but there's a catch. Find out why a bumper crop might not be all good news.
Plus, we're taking you on a journey through time and tradition. From the vintage farmhouse to the sweet syrup that binds generations, it's a century of dedication etched in the roots of Georgia's farmland. These stories and more starting right now.
With one of the largest farm gate values in the state, horticulture is big business here in Georgia, and that is never more evident than at the annual Southeast Green Conference held in Gwinnett County, where vendors, researchers, and garden enthusiasts come together for a one-of-a-kind event. Damon Jones has the story.
The horticulture industry in Georgia is far more complex than just flowers and plants, as machinery, irrigation systems, and even decorations play a major role in its economic impact. And all those sectors were on full display at the Southeast Green Conference and Trade Show, the only multi-day event of its kind here in Georgia.
Each year as our industry grows, new plants come out. It is time to get together, new technology. Our industry is always evolving and changing, so it's just a really good time to get together and see what everyone's got going on and how we can grow our businesses. Farmgate Value has us up in the top 10 each year, and when you combine all of horticulture together, we're the #4 ag commodity in Georgia. Green industry is a very diverse industry. We cover nursery, landscape, irrigation, garden centers, allied products and services, so anything and everything related to ornamental horticulture.
Just like any other big industry, horticulture does face challenges along the way. Aside from emerging pests and weather events, there is one particular problem that has remained a constant for nurseries around the state.
But the other big issue, I think, has been for a long time and will continue to be is labor. Temporary labor, whether that's H-2Bs, H-2As, farm worker labor, and then union opportunities. But I think the big thing that just came out that we're really engaged in is the Department of Labor just put out new rule changes to the H-2A program. It's very union friendly. It was written by the unions.
With the growing popularity of gardening, plant sales are at an all-time high and only projected to increase. So with so many people looking to start up their own garden, one expert's big piece of advice is to take it slowly.
I have a garden at home. I love my garden, and one of the real benefits of my garden is it is small. You know, I'm all over 5 acres or 50 acres. That's great, but if you put a garden in, start with a container. Truly, start with a container. Put a whole bunch of plants. Look at them all. Stick them in there, and then you'll have 2 containers. Then you say, maybe I'll put a little something by the deck or something. Start small, and then once you get the kind of the bug, you can expand. That's what I do in my garden. It's a small garden, but it's full.
Even though maintaining a beautiful landscape does take plenty of time and effort, the countless benefits gardening has to offer is the reason it has become so trendy over the past decade.
We always have something to look forward to, always. You put a seed in the ground, you look forward to the tomato. You put a bulb in the ground in the fall, you look forward to the daffodil in the spring. You put something in the spring, you look forward to what it's going to do. Always something to look forward to. Keeps us happy, keeps us young, keeps us active. What more do you need?
Reporting from Duluth, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.
Georgia sweet corn producers are in the thick of harvest season, and evidently there's a lot of it. However, as John Holcomb tells us, despite the abundance to satisfy demand, logistical and market challenges have left farmers struggling to find destinations for their produce.
Nothing says summer like fresh Georgia sweet corn, and producers here in the southwest part of the state are hard at work getting this season's crop out of the field and to market. This year has been a good one for producers as the great growing season has led to great yields and great quality.
So far the growing season has been really optimum. We've had mild temperatures and very few hard rains, so it's going good. Really high yields. Yields is good, the quality is good. We're having a really good growing season.
However, according to Herd, Florida growers have also had a good season, which has caused a surplus in the market, which means they're having to leave some of their crop in the fields unharvested.
Typically, we overlap with Florida some, and usually one or the other of us have production issues, but this year we didn't. They had good corn and we had good corn, so now we're having a marketing problem because we got too much good corn in both places. When we have a bad market, we cannot harvest all the corn, so that corn is destroyed. Now we try and stay up on maturity, so we maintain good quality, and we have to skip. When it gets too old, we skip that and go to some new corn.
According to Herd, another issue they're dealing with is the cost of their needed inputs, which have skyrocketed the last few years and has inflated their cost of production.
It's corn, so it needs a lot of fertilizer and water, probably more than any other crop we have. But other than that, we have a lot of insecticides. We're not allowed to use GMO corn, so we have to control all the pests and the insects with insecticides, and we have to do it on a regular basis too. The input cost is just overwhelmed us with the market prices that we've had to endure the last few years.
Herd says that the weather has also been a concern this spring, as too much rain can take too much out of their soil, and storms, particularly wind, can completely ruin their crop.
If we get the right amount of rain, that's good. But if we get too much, I just said our sandy soil, we have sandy soil, it leaches our nutrients out, so we have to replace every time we get big rains. What worry us the most about the storm system is wind. If sweet corn gets blowed over at any time during its growing season, it generally will not produce a quality year.
Reporting in Brinson for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.
After the break, a century of dedication and the sweetest syrup that binds generations together. See for yourself the story of resilience, heritage, and challenges faced by Centennial Farms.
When I think of sustainable farming, I think of being able to give something to the next generation.
I always used to joke in the old days that sustainability also means that you don't go broke.
We've taken an industry that back in the 50s, we had 50 million dairy cattle in the United States. And today, we're producing more milk with 9.5 million cows.
We've gotten more sustainable and reduced our carbon footprint as an industry tremendously.
North America is the only place in the world that has increased our milk production while decreasing our greenhouse gas emissions, making us the lowest emitters per gallon of milk in the world.
As dairy farmers, we are good stewards of the land. We want to be the good neighbors upstream, so we are very conscious of what we do, and that's why we have our best management practices.
Today we have to collect the waste from the cows and we have to store it until we can agronomically put it out on the fields, so that we manage the soils properly so we get the most bang for our buck, but we also don't pollute the streams.
That irrigation is like gold to that corn plant. It's got the nutrients plus the moisture all at the same time. It's kind of a closed loop system.
All of our cows wear an SCR collar, and it's basically a Fitbit for cows. It feeds back to a computer system that tells me how well she's eating, how much milk she gave that day, so we can individualize our cow care that way.
All of these things combined with the personal touch is what makes a dairy run. The high-producing cow and a well-managed cow that's comfortable, she will make almost twice as much milk on half as much feed.
I think the future of dairy farming is very bright because we have lots of technologies coming that will help us as far as greenhouse gas emissions that is productive and profitable.
I would like to see this business carry on to my children if they choose to do this. We keep learning how to better feed cattle, how to get more production. I want to give them every opportunity to do better than I've done.
Amid urban growth and modern agricultural changes, L&M Farms in Bullock County shines as a beacon of tradition. Honored with the prestigious Georgia Centennial Farm Award, this recognition celebrates the farm's commitment and legacy. It also serves as a posthumous tribute to Lanny Lee, a man who was a master in the art of making cane syrup. The story of L&M Farms is one of dedication and a commitment to nurturing both the land and community. The farmhouse, a charming relic from the early 1900s, bears witness to generations of the Lee family's labor of love. Majestic sycamore trees planted just after the farmhouse's construction still shade the property, providing a living connection to the farm's roots. Patricia Morton and her husband Randy, now the proud owners, ensuring that the story of L&M Farms continues to be written with the same dedication and love that has characterized it for over a century. Patricia also wanting to carry forward the legacy established by her father, Lanny Lee.
It's really cool, 100 years, and I guess if I had a regret, it was that I didn't do it while Daddy, helped go through that, because he would have been so proud. And Mama died in '92, and that's when Daddy, after Mama died, he was a bit lost, but he decided after a couple of years that, I think I'd like to try to get all this going again. I'd like to do the syrup.
Lanny Lee, a true legend in the vibrant and extensive history of Georgia Farm Bureau. As vice president and later president of the Bullock County Farm Bureau, he gained the respect and admiration of the local folks until he passed away in 2017 at the impressive age of 96. For Patricia and Randy, continuing his legacy is more than just a responsibility. It's a genuine passion. The farm, now producing and distributing Lee's sugarcane syrup, serving as a living connection to the dedication and hard work that Lanny put forth every day of his life.
He believed so much in agriculture, in farming, and he spread that everywhere he went, and the love of farming.
I grew up on a farm, but when I left the farm, I had never intended to ever go back to being a farmer. So after 45 years in the media business, that took me even further away from that. But then I met a young lady that I married, and who had a heritage of that. And actually that became more of an important thing for me to see if I could bring back some of that. And so when we started getting involved with the sugarcane, it was a different kind of a crop. We have, in my opinion, better syrup because of three things. One is the variety of the mix of cane that we have here. The second is the land. This land seems to be ideally suited for sugarcane for some reason. And the third one is the cook, and that's her. She spent 8 or 10 years learning how to cook from her dad. The techniques, the principles, I would say, are the same. The techniques have changed a little bit.
Yes, Patricia and Randy have found true happiness in nurturing their sugarcane fields and producing syrup. Together, they have a burning desire that embodies the spirit of resilience and defines what a Centennial farm should be. However, the award holds more than just personal significance for Patricia. It also serves as a reminder of the broader challenges facing agricultural heritage. The shifting landscape of Bullock County, once a quiet rural setting, now facing the encroachment of urban sprawl. And like so many, Patricia can't help but wonder if someday the Centennial Farm Award will become even more significant and cherished as more and more families sell off their farms.
I hope we'll try to hold on to it. Our children, they know how to, the syrup process, they know the sugar cane process. Our grandson comes and helps each year. So that part I feel pretty secure about. But who knows, some of the trials and tribulations that are coming up, that, you know, the taxes and all of that, it's going to be very tempting, I'm sure.
You're not going to get rich doing this. At least that's our experience, and maybe someone can help us with that and show us how we can change that. Right. And we'd be really interested in figuring out how to do that, to make sure that happens.
Up next, meet the unique residents of this Union County farm. Why petting and feeding these gentle creatures is just the beginning.
Every year, the Georgia Forestry Commission flies over 6,000 miles, surveying over 11,520,000 acres of Georgia's landscape, looking for signs of activity from an insect known as the southern pine beetle. While this insect is no longer than a grain of rice, the damage it causes to Georgia's pine forests is gigantic. Southern pine beetles attack and kill trees by creating winding tunnels underneath their bark to store their eggs. Don't worry, the Georgia Forestry Commission is always keeping an eye out for these insects. From June to September, we take to the skies to watch over Georgia's trees from above. This process begins with a little bit of planning. First things first, your local GFC forester will partner with a member of our air operations team. Using data of the area, they will work together to determine the best route for observation. Once a route has been determined, then it's time to fly. The forester and the pilot will begin circling the area, looking out for any brown spots amid the green canopies, a sign of dying trees. If a potential pine beetle spot is sighted, it is logged on the map for further on-the-ground investigation. Once the flight is complete and any potential pine beetle spots are logged, a forester will then travel to these spots on the ground and investigate the trees further. In some cases, the forester will work with a private land consultant on the investigation as well. When they arrive on the scene, the forester will locate and assess the trees, looking for any surface-level signs of beetle activity, including green needles scattered around the base of the tree and pitch tubes located in the bark. Then, the forester will remove a piece of the tree bark to check for the S-shaped markings caused by the southern pine beetles. Usually, if these tunnels are found, the forester will then confirm that the tree death in this spot is being caused by an outbreak of the southern pine beetles. The GFC forester will then take photos and log any evidence they find. If the presence of southern pine beetle is confirmed, the GFC forester will work with the landowner to determine the best next steps available to them. There are a few things that can be done to prevent the spreading of southern pine beetle, including thinning the pine stand, conducting a prescribed burn, or conducting a chemical release of non-pine trees. The Georgia Forestry Commission offers a southern pine beetle cost share program, and eligible landowners could be incentivized to complete these activities. Please contact your local GFC forester if you've seen any signs of southern pine beetle activity on your property. Your local GFC forester may also contact you if we notice any signs of southern pine beetle activity on your property during one of our aerial surveys. Together, we can take preventative measures to reduce the amount of trees claimed by southern pine beetles and help keep our trees green and healthy.
Finally this week, nestled in the tranquil Blue Ridge Mountains for nearly 2 decades, Lasso the Moon has become a beloved agritourism haven.
Yeah, visitors here enjoy a unique opportunity to engage with alpacas, making it a sought-after destination. Damon Jones explores how the dedicated owners blend enjoyment with education to create this immersive experience.
It's not your typical livestock operation here at Lasso the Moon, as you won't find any cows, pigs, or even horses roaming around. Instead, you'll likely run into one of the more than 25 alpacas raised on this farm. And while you are encouraged to pet and feed them on one of the many free tours they offer throughout the year, that's not the only thing they hope you take out of the experience.
We're really into the educational part of it. We don't want you to just come out and think you're just going to pet an alpaca and that's the end of it. We want you to understand like the difference between an alpaca and a llama, the origins, where did they come from, what is their purpose. So you really learn all about all of that.
Even though farming has always been the goal for Holly, exactly what type of animal that would be on that farm wasn't as certain. That is until she came across the alpaca.
Well, I grew up on a farm in Ohio, met my city boy husband from Atlanta. And I can only take so much of the city life. I needed some dirt to roll in. I found myself, I have an art degree, so I found myself through the textile industry trying to create a business through that. Thought maybe sheep, but once I met the alpaca, that was the end. Fell in love, tossing and turning in love.
And that passion hasn't faded one bit over the past 20 years for an animal that not only makes a great companion, but also is fairly easy to raise.
They're really fun, and we want people to experience that part of them as well, is that they are very sweet and gentle. They are beautiful animals. They're very sweet animals. They don't mean us any ill will whatsoever. They're actually easy keepers as far as livestock goes. They really don't eat a lot. Like, it's not like trying to feed a cow or whatever. They're not, you need a lot of pasture for a cow. These guys you can put, 4 to 6 to 8, even sometimes 10 on an acre, and they're fine.
However, that isn't to say they don't come without some challenges, including one in particular.
Definitely shearing. Nobody likes shearing. It's not fun for the alpacas. It's not fun for the human doing it. It can be very difficult, but it's something you have to do. They can't shed.
But in the end, it's worth the effort as it provides a unique material that everyone can wear and be comfortable in.
Uniquely, alpaca is considered hyperallergenic. It has no lanolin. So you should be able to wear alpaca even if you can't wear sheep's wool. And it also has a very low prickle factor. So like sheep's wool, when it touches your skin, it can be very irritating and itchy. Alpaca has a much lower prickle factor, so it's much, much softer on your bare skin.
Reporting from Union County, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.
Damon, thanks so much. And from all of us to all of you, thank you for making the show possible.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the Farm Monitor. Have a great week.